Revati Garu to read the flag invocation. We will all stand up.
Yes. Good morning, fellow Lions, or good evening, fellow Lions.
Yes, go ahead.
Lions flag salutation. We salute our national flag and pledge our allegiance to the same. Its honor and its glory depend upon the zeal and assiduity with which each one of us will shoulder its responsibility as a good citizen. Its history written in the letter of gold inspire us to put in good work for the fair name of our country. We declared our unflinching loyalty to our national flag and maintain that its course shall be our course and that each individual amongst us shall make genuine efforts to add its luster and glory and make it fly proudly aloft in the Committee of Nations.
Thank you, Revati Garu. Now we will continue to stand. Condolence meeting also.
Yeah.
So now, for a second, for 2 minutes, we lost our very active and very dedicated line member, line Bhagatramji's Mrs. Shobha Devi. She passed away recently. So we will observe 2 minutes silence in her memory. Let us all stand and please.
Hey, Gucci.
I request Lalita ji to render the prayer song.
Yeah, Lalita Garu, just unmute yourself and start.
Unmute, please.
Unmute yourself. Yeah, please.
Okay.
Start.
वक्रतुण्डं महाकायं सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे दैवं सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा श्रीगणनाथ सिन्धूरवन करुणसागर करिवदन लंबोदर लकुमिकरा अंबासुता मरविनुत सिद्धचे अरण गण सेवित सिद्धि विनायक ते नमो नमो लंबोदर लकुमिकरा अंबासुत अमर विनुत सकल विद्यादिपूजित सार्वोत्तम ते नमो नमो लंबोदर लकुमिकरा अंबासुत अमर विनुत लंबोदर लकुमिकरा. नमस्ते दोस्तों, सारे दोस्तों को नमस्ते.
Thank you, Lalita ji. Thank you. Now I welcome you all as President of the Lions Club of Hyderabad, Greenland. It is a great honor and then pride to have such a wonderful team of members. Especially, I am grateful to my new friends who have joined immediately at my request to become our Lions Club member. Revati ji from Canada, she readily agreed. Then Harshita, Lakshmi Kumari ji, then our Rajkumar ji, then Dr. Jagdishwar Reddy and his missus, all of them were so good enough that at my call they readily agreed. Then Parvatal Reddy also. So I welcome these new members, Sunanda Reddy Garu also, to as a part of our family. And then this year is going to be a very, very successful year only when I get help from you all. So I need cooperation and full support from all my friends, all my club members, and we will create history. See, I have lot of different dreams. See, dreams which are not visions that as I told earlier also, these are not visions that I see in my sleep. These are dreams which don't let me sleep. So we will, and then in our dreams, I want you all also to have big dreams. And then these dreams have to be very big. We need not be beggarly in even dreaming and aspiring. We should have big dreams. So this year, our district governor has given us a big target of a very dynamic leader we have, Lion Surya Raj, who is our district governor. So he has given a big target. So we have, for our club also, we have made very ambitious programs. I tell you, we have eye surgeries. So we have set a target of 50 surgeries for our club. Then we have spectacles distribution 100, cornea collection 5, hunger relief 2000 people we will try to reach. Then diabetes camps 5, cancer camps 2, environment plantation of trees. The governor has given a target of 1 lakh, but I want to for 110 clubs. But I want that our club will plant 1 lakh trees, and then some forests also. Then school adoption. We want to adopt 10 schools. Then step program, that is educating the children and all in developing their personality. Then membership growth. 10 members we want to add. We have already added 8. Then LCF, MJF, 2 members. Sudarshan Reddy has promised to become 1 member. And then I am trying to see 1 more member from our club. Then we have club training. Then sewing centers 1. Blood donations. The target is that we should have 10,000 units. So we are planning to see that we collect 100 blood units. Then health camps 3, dental camps 3. For this, I want our line members to join hands and dedicate themselves and see that we not only reach these targets, but we also exceed them. So for eye surgeries and then spectacles distribution, we have a member Lion Arora ji who has been always helpful, so I want him to join. Then blood donations, Dr. Saraswati, who is in charge of the blood bank, who is a director, I want her to help us. Then cancer screening, cancer camps, Dr. Manjula she's already started doing cancer screening. Then she has promised. Then diabetes camps, Dr. Shailaja, our immediate past president. Then school adoption, I want our new member Revati ji and then Nirmala ji to help us. Then hunger relief, Dr. Lakshmi Kumari, I want her to help us. Then environment, Dr. Rajkumar, Dr. Jagdishwar Reddy, then Narsimha ji, and then Madhukar Swami, our friend. Then sewing centers, Dr. Lakshmi Kumari ji, and then Rupa Behan, Rama Behan also. Then health camps, Dr. Gulab Rani, Dr. Manjula, Dr. Shailaja. Then dental camp, I want Dr. Harshita and then Dr. Shashi. And then one more member, our member, he got married to a dental doctor. So she will also join us, new member. So these are the things which I want you all to join me, and these are the goals. Now, see, regarding the tree plantations, we want not only say 1 lakh trees, as the governor has said. We want to have 1 lakh trees planted by our club, and then not only trees, forests, some 3-4 forests we will create. And Dr. Jagdishwar Reddy, and then our Dr. Rajkumar, and then our friends, they'll tell me that how we can develop this. There are different methods. Miyawaki, a Japanese scientist, he has developed a technique which is world famous of intensive cultivation. And then I will be showing those videos also. And then I want that tree plantation should be taken up not only in India by our club here, but our members wherever they are. Say in Canada, I want Revati ji and then Chandrasekhar in their houses, in their schools, in their environment also to take up intensive tree plantations. Will you take up, Chandrasekhar? Please unmute. Sridhar, unmute.
Yeah, they can unmute, sir. They can unmute and they can talk.
Please unmute your phones and then speak. Yes, Chandrasekhar and Revati ji.
Yeah. We do tree plantation as part of Satyasai School. We do, and we are going to go ahead once the COVID sort of.
That is a new technique. I'll show you. I'll send you the videos where they have in small space. If you plant trees, they try to compete with each other for the sunlight, and then the growth of the trees is also very speedy growth, and then very good yield, it seems. That is a new technique of Miyawaki. So I want in say 100, 200 yards or even 50 square yards of land, we can have intensive cultivation of forest. So I want all those people who have bungalows and then who have farmhouses, say our members here also, say our Dr. Bhaskar Rao, Dr. Sudarshan Reddy, and then our one day Narsimha, he has already planted 10,000 trees and then another 10,000. But I want him to plant 1 lakh trees here. In this, he has 69 acres of land. So there also I want. Then our Anuradha madam, she also has farmlands and all. So I want her also to take up a small patch of in that their farmhouse. They can devote for this intensive cultivation. Okay, then that is one thing. Huh? So that is one thing. Secondly, our Leo clubs. I tell you, there is going to be a lecture by Lion Govindraj. He will come back to us. Then we will open Leo clubs. That is, Leo clubs are clubs for the youth, the teenage boys, and up to say we have from 10 years to 30 years. Alpha and then Omega clubs. So our people can join. So and Govindraji is going to join us later after our business meeting. He will tell us about Leo Club. I want a Leo Club to be started by Revati ji in a school with the school children in Canada. Let us have Lions Club of Hyderabad Greenlands, Leo Club sponsored in Canada, in the US also by Sudarshan Reddy and his friends. Okay? Huh? Now this is one thing. So now I hand over the mic to our Lions Club Greenland Secretary, Lion Raghunath Reddy ji, to please give his secretary's report. And I request Sridhar ji to show the photos while he speaks.
I'll present the photos. Based on that, you can give your report.
About the activity, whichever photo appears, you speak about the activity.
Hello, good evening, friends. This is our major activity. What we did in last month, July, we donated 2,60,000 to Seva Bharati for COVID kits. These are the photos where I have given the check.
For 100 COVID kits, right?
Yes, 100 COVID kits. This is another major activity. We planted more than 10,000 plants at Mahbub Nagar, and some 20 to 25 plants nearly planted near DD Colony and Osmania University.
Next slide.
This we provide a oxygen cylinder to a COVID patient in last month. Next. These are the dry fruits we provided to the DDH, Durgabai Deshmukh Hospital's staff who are working for COVID patients. Only for staff for 1 month. This is sponsored by Lion Vidya Bhushan and Lion Gulab Rani Madam. Next. This we donated 3 lakhs rupees and 100 PPT kits for Durgabai Deshmukh Hospital COVID ward. Next. This we distributed the groceries to the needy at lockdown period.
Excuse me, those are rations distributed to private school teachers who are paid very low, and this activity was sponsored by our
Arora ji.
Arora ji.
Yes.
Right. Next.
Next. This we conducted a online awareness program on COVID last month. This Dr. Bhaskar Rao hosted this program.
He is our senior member director, and he is the MD of KIMS Hospital here. Okay. Next slide.
This we donated 1,000 masks to Hyderabad City Police. Mask and sanitizers.
N95 mask and sanitizer.
N95 mask. Next. This we donated 2 units of blood last month. These are the photos. Now our permanent project at Sitaram Bagh project is going on. Later, Vidya Bhushan ji will tell about that. Next.
Okay. Dear friends, here in the hospital, because of the COVID, the doctors are not able to come and then patients are not coming. So we have taken up the construction of the hospital building, and then we want to add 3 floors. We want to, in 3 months, we want to complete the construction, outer compound, outer walls and all that, and 1 floor, the our second floor, where we want to have the theaters, etc. The theaters are being sponsored by Dr. Lakshmi Kumari ji, and then Professor Rajkumar, in the memory of Professor Rajkumar's parents. Please give them a big round of applause. Now, thank you for the good report, and let me tell you all that in these activities, it was possible for us to reach out to the people and to help the Durgabai Deshmukh Hospital to start the COVID ward, or to help the Seva Bharati people, and they because of the very great support of our Secretary Sam Raghunath ji, he volunteered to go around and distribute everything. Please give a big round of applause for him. And then for Seva Bharati, more than 2,000 patients in home care have been provided consultations by Dr. Gulab Rani, Dr. Manjula, and then 3 or 4 of her friends, and then her students. More than 100 doctors with Seva Bharati, and then more than 1,000 volunteers. They are helping. More than 2,500 patients have been reached so far in both the states of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Please give them a big round of applause. Then for 1,000 N95 masks, and then for gloves, and then sanitizers, Rupa Reddy, our line member, senior line member, she donated those things. A big round of applause for her. Then this for the COVID ward, 50,000 was donated by my wife Gulab Rani, 50,000 me, and then my other friends and all joined together, and then our Parotal Reddy, new member, he gave more than 40,000 worth of kits also, PPE kits for the patients. A big round of applause for them. Thank you. Now I request our treasurer Rupa Devi, Rupa Reddy, to please come forward and take approval for the bank accounts. Rupa ji, please switch on your audio, Rupa ji.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Rupa ji.
Am I here?
Yeah.
Am I here? Am I here to?
Yes, please.
Okay. This year, yes. This year still I haven't started any financial statement. I'll submit it next meeting, because I haven't go to bank, and I didn't take any bank statement. As soon as I get the statement, I'll prepare a balance sheet, because we know what is the amount we are getting and on how much we are spending and what activities. Here on, I'll maintain a best record of the statement, finance statement, whatever activities that are involved with the finances from our club. I'll see to it that it is reflected in the financial statement of the club. So next meeting, definitely I'll submit the financial report, what are the income we have received, and what the payments, and what purpose we are spending amount. All that statement I'll submit next meeting. Thank you.
Now we are having, thank you, sure. We are having our bank accounts in Bank of Baroda. So
yes,
I want approval. I am seeking approval from our board of directors and members for continuing the accounts in Bank of Baroda, Khairtabad. Do I have your approval? Please raise your hands and say yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now I request line. Now Shekhar-ji, you will be called Line Chandrasekhar, and Revati-ji, line Revati-ji. आप दोनों जो है, अब हमारे को आपके बारे में आप क्या कर रहे हैं, क्या है आपका इंट्रोडक्शन, और फिर आपके माता पिता के बारे में, और आप लोगों को कैसा मन करा कि भाई ये हमारे हॉस्पिटल के लिए जमीन देने के लिए एक दो शब्द बोलिए. Please unmute yourself and speak.
Yeah. Chandrasekhar, you go ahead. Unmute.
Chandrasekhar, you have to unmute yourself.
रेवती जी आप शुरू करिए.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, he is done. He is here. Yeah.
श्रीधर ఒక్క నిమిషం. श्रीधर.
Yes, sir.
विजयभूषण जी.
हाँ बोलिए.
विजयभूषण जी मैं और एक मीटिंग में हूँ. अभी समय है क्या? 10 मिनट और समय है या
हाँ,
मैं बात करके चल?
हाँ अभी ये बात होते ही 5-10 मिनट में फिर आप आ जाना है.
या 10 मिनट के बाद मैं आऊंगा. ठीक है.
ओके राइट. थैंक यू. हाँ जी शेखर जी, रेवती जी प्लीज.
Yeah.
Am I connected?
Yeah. You can hear you.
Am I connected?
Yes.
Yeah, Chandrasekhar, you can speak.
Hear you.
We are able to hear you.
Little louder.
Okay. Yeah, again, good morning or good evening, as the case may be.
Sure.
Yeah, my name is Chandrasekhar, as I already told. I'm from Canada. I'm pharmacist by profession. On induction day, that is 16th August, I alluded that as a teenager, I was a Leo Club member.
Right.
After my graduation, I left Bharat to take up foreign country assignments, Africa and the Caribbean, where I was relatively active Lions Club member. I got married to Revati in 1984. Needless to say, she's beautiful after 36 of married life. In mid-90s, we moved to Canada. We got involved in Satyasai organization's seva and spiritual activities. In January this year, I was in Hyderabad. I was self-invited guest at the current Lions Club president, Lion Vidyabhushan. One day, Lion Dr. Gulab Rani said, "Why don't you become member? The cost for membership is nothing for you." Couple of days later, Lion Raghunath Reddy mentioned about the Lions Club membership. I decided to rejoin the club with a selfish motive behind it. I'll get back to this, what is the selfish motive, but in the meantime, I'll go back, flashback, and let me talk about my parents. Let me talk about my parents. Without them, I would not have been here today. It's going to be not a continuous one, it's kind of cut and paste model. My grandfather made plenty of money in timber business. One day, fire broke out. He lost everything. He got sick and eventually passed away. He left behind his widow and 12 children. My father was the eldest child and was 19 or 20 years old. Married to my mother, who was 13 or 14 years old. My parents have to start their life literally from scratch. They stayed in a hut in a backyard of one of his cousins, distant cousin. Unfortunately, 8 of his siblings died due to diseases prevalent then. By then, my father finished his high school and had job offers, but he was determined to pursue medicine without any money or godfather. He managed to continue his studies by tutoring rich kids, scholarships, and help from some kind and generous individuals. During the day, he studied in a noisy tailor shop and at night under a street light. He graduated from medical school and worked in a small village called Vanaparthi. And I saw some project of the club recently, food distribution or some project was there by the club. And my mother was in 8th grade when she got married. Her financial management skills were amazing. She was a real Gruha Lakshmi. They managed to buy the property in Malepalli, where the current Dr. Ishwar Chandra's health center is located, from their first savings. I repeat, from their first savings. They managed to send 3 of their children to medical colleges. Today, their children and grandchildren in different professions and different parts of the world, of the globe. My father, Dr. Ishwar Chandra, retired as Regional Director of Medical and Health Services and passed away in 2003. My mother was impressed with Sadhuram Eye Hospital run by Lions Club. She decided to donate Malepalli property to Lions Club. She said, quote unquote, మనకు అవసరం ఉన్నప్పుడు జనాలు మనకు సహాయం చేసినారు. మనం ఇప్పుడు ఇంకోరికి సహాయం చేసే స్థితిలో ఉన్నాం. అంచేత let's donate. Let me translate. When we needed help, people have supported us. Now we are in a position to help others. Let's donate. It doesn't mean that we have excess of the thing, but we decided whatever we had, we could donate. In other words, she did not forget the people who helped them some 40, 50 years ago. She passed away in 2016. Coming back to the ulterior motive of rejoining the club, there is a selfless mission behind the selfish motive. The mission is to provide health services on a larger scale to the underprivileged and underserved population of the city through Dr. Ishwar Chandra Hospital and Health Center. Now I have 1.4 million members to support this project. Thanks for your attention. Jai Hind. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so
All
much,
right.
Adilji.
Yeah.
I hope this will be an inspiring story for even others, and especially youngsters like Harshita to follow. How
Definitely.
grateful they were to the community.
Yes, definitely.
Now I request Revati ji to please speak.
Sure, no problem. Good evening, fellow Lions. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. It's a privilege to be part of this auspicious and service organization. I'll be brief.
If you can also, आप हिंदी में भी थोड़ा बात करें तो अच्छा रहेगा. थोड़े members हमारे हिंदी ज़्यादा जानते हैं.
No problem. Yeah. Thank you for giving this opportunity. I come from a humble middle-class family. My dad worked and retired as a joint director from Department of Fisheries. And then my mother had all the qualifications to be a teacher because she had Hindi Pravesh, Hindi Mein Pravesh, and all those certificates she had it. But she chose to be a housewife because my father used to travel because of his job to different cities. So we were 4 of us. I'm survived by 3 of my siblings, 2 sisters and 1 brother. So for a middle-class family, The two pillars of strength are values and education. So Dad wanted us to be self-dependent, so that we have technical education. So my sister ended up as, in the secretariat, the older one. Younger one became a scientist at NRSA, National Remote Sensing Agency. My brother became a civil engineer, and I went into BSc that time. And he said, no, beta, you need to have technical qualification. So actually I did from my B.Ed from Durgabai Deshmukh, got gold medal. And then then I wanted to pursue my master's from Osmania University, of which my father, my Pedanana, that's my dad's brother, was a registrar. So then I went into Masters of Education. That's when I got married to Chandrasekhar. We all got married very early because Dad thought we were four of us and, in our 20s. And so I got to marry Chandrasekhar, who was working in Seychelles that time. And but then I had to finish my master's at the University, Osmania University of Education, and then I stayed back after a wedding. And some of the professors were my dad's classmates, so I gave this card saying that you're invited for my wedding to Chandrasekhar. And then he called, Shankar Saab, aapki beti bhag ja rahi kya? She gave a little card saying that I'm getting married to Chandrasekhar, and it didn't include the parents' name. So Professor Vishwanath Muddu, who was my professor there, and he said he was a classmate of my dad. And then, ye kya baat hai aapki bachi, she's giving a card saying that I'm getting married. But then he received the wedding card by mail. But then, Indian Postal Services, it got delayed. But then he got my individualized card, and he said, then they all attended and graced us on our wedding anniversary. It was Chet Mangani Padbya. Like Shekhar came down from Seychelles in 14 days. The families met, they really got connected, and we got married in 15 days. But then it's in the February, right? So I had to finish until June. There were riots, and with God's grace, I had to finish because I was moving to Seychelles. And everything went hunky-dory. Finished my master's and then joined him in Seychelles. And Seychelles was a beautiful country. It was called Island of Paradise. It is a paradise. It was socialist country, and pharmacists, doctors, engineers, teachers, they all got paid. So because I had masters, we used to travel overseas because it's a group of islands, and we used to go on the launch and go to teach. Beautiful it was. They had these pockets of schools with high school, grade 12 students who did O-level and A-level, British system. And they were stationed, they did the lodging and boarding and everything. And of course, they used to cook the meals for the teachers, and I was a vegetarian, so I never ate. But whoever or teacher was going to teach on these camps, they ended up having lunch, and we used to come back on the launch. It was a beautiful experience. But then my love for learning and pursuing higher character education was very important. When I was in Hyderabad, before my marriage, my professor Lalini, Dr. Lalini Reddy, she said, you know what, you're a PhD material, you should do it here. But then because of marriage, and then I had to move. So, and after 2 years, Shekhar stayed 6 years in Seychelles, I stayed 2 years, then he applied for United Nations Development Program, and he got to teach in Kingston, Jamaica, West Indies. We went for 2 years, ended up staying for 9 years. That's where our first daughter, Chetna, was born. Then we applied to immigrate to Canada, and that's how we came. Then we had a second child, Vikas, in 1994. But before that, I just wanted to say, I was married to a house of physicians, as Shekhar said. Two of my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, both are doctors, specialists. And my other brothers-in-law, one worked in IDPL and the other one in the Osmania University. One of my sisters-in-law, second one, is an educator. So it's that. And what I need to tell about my mother-in-law was, she was a housewife, but then she had a vision. Financial management was acute with her, the way she invested, as Shekhar said, very forward thinking, never took any dowry from any of her daughters-in-law, She gave to her daughters, but never took any dowry. My in-laws never took any dowry, and that which was the thing in the society, but they didn't opt for that. Thank you so much. And I feel honored to be inducted on the eve of her mother-in-law's birthday. That was 16th of August. So it's a divine coincidence. I mean, nothing happens without a reason. And she knew I was so drawn to Satya Sai's institutions, and every time I would travel, and we took them to Sai Baba, because Sai Baba's institution really brought us together. They were not, my in-laws were service-oriented. The spirit of service was amazingly suffused in them. They never did big ritualistic pujas. The only 2 days that they celebrated was Shivratri and Diwali, Lakshmi Puja. But otherwise, the people would come from far and wide to get, to be diagnosed by my father-in-law. Their faith and belief in his system of education, of medicine, was amazing. They would come, and all he would do is touch their nadi, wrist, and he would tell what was diagnosis. Even it could be a placebo effect, but they fell for it, and they had that faith in him, unlike today's medicine, where you need to have batteries of tests in order to diagnose a simple ailment, right? But that was then. And he had a very good, he never charged money from those who could not. The spirit of sacrifice was amazing. Soft-spoken, he spoke fluent Urdu, and he wrote Sher Shairi in Urdu. Both my parents studied in Urdu medium, City College, my dad, and my father-in-law. So that was the language of instruction. And my father-in-law had so many of his friends who spoke fluent Urdu, who worked under Nizam's, one of them was the trustee of Nizam's jewelry. So anyway, he knew very good Shairi, and we met some of his friends, colleagues in Chicago, and he said, "Hum to aapke father, father se na Quran seekhe." So he was so knowledgeable, and that Uncle Chisti was telling, your father was so highly educated, we learned even Quran from them. So that kind of relationship they had, and amazing. And again, spirit of sacrifice was very apparent in our families, both in my family, but more so in my in-laws' family. So I was drawn to Satya Sai Baba at a very young age. I was enticed by his 4 cares: educare, medicare, social care, and enviro care. That's what the philosophy is. Shekhar was not necessarily a Sai devotee, but when he knew and delved into the philosophy of Satya Sai Baba, and he said, you know what, this is what I believed. I don't have to go to a mandir to serve, and he was always involved with the Lions Club in Kingston as well. And he used to attend the meetings, but he never stopped me from pursuing my interest. And I always wanted to pursue higher studies. And that's how I ended up registering in MPhil at University of West Indies. And then when we moved to Canada with full scholarship, I got PhD from McGill University. But the moment I finished, there was a need for principalship in Satya Sai School, the only school of its kind in entire North America, which was funded on the philosophy of Swami Sai Baba's Educare, to bring out the inner divinity from within each of us. Sai Baba says we all are divine. We have that element of divinity, and we all have, we are induced with all these 5 values. And as teachers, we need to bring out these latent values from the children. Believe it or not, we were in Winnipeg and we moved with, to the Satya Sai school. And my kids said, "Mom, you're supposed to teach in the university." I said, you know what? You will know why did I move, to this school. And really so, my daughter, who was inclined to become a pharmacist, when she was doing service at my school, then she ended up becoming an educator herself. And my son, when he did biochem engineering, and he said, "Mom, I know I used to miss you because of the meetings, but I know now how important those meetings are." So there's a time and place for every one of us to grow as individuals and recognize our inner divinity. So these 4 cares, and Shekhar has always been involved and his parents in the Medicare, social services like building wells, and we also have those. EnviroCare, as Bhai Sahab was telling Vidya Bhushanji about the tree planting and all, it comes as EnviroCare. And all these activities in little pockets are being implemented at our school. So I'm very fortunate to be able to be a part of this wider mission, international mission. And I would like to, I will not take too much time, but I'd like to end with Satya Sai Baba's quote, which might be pertinent for all of us lions. He said, leaders like lions should be self-reliant, courageous, majestic, and just. So leaders, lions, we all need to be self-reliant. I'm sure the organization will look at that. Courage to dream and achieve big. And of course, be majestic, just like the king of the jungle, and be just, fair. So again, the fair treatment, who needs to get the medical treatment, that's very important, not the one with the money, but the one who needs that at the moment. So let us all be humanistic leaders, and let us build the bridges, and let's work. And then I'd like to end again with Satya Sai Baba's quote, let us all love all and serve all. Thank you.
Revati, wonderful message.
All right, thank you.
Really, it was very inspiring. Nice to hear you. And
yes.
Especially the last, this thing, what Sai Baba you said is really appreciable. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. God bless, Sarah.
And
thank you. Wonderful message. Wonderful message. Thank you. Thank you, Revati ji.
1 minute. I'm surprised. See how the similar thinking people are connected with each other.
Yes.
Shekhar said that his father worked in Vanparthi. So I hail from Vanparthi.
Yeah. Oh, small world. And you know my sister-in-law. You know my sister-in-law, right? Dr. Chandrakala also.
I have heard about her. I have met her only once.
Once, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah.
So it was nice. And then the second thing is, now I'm presently working in Durgabai Deshmukh Hospital.
Oh,
nice. Devagiji also.
Well, yes, absolutely, yes.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's a small world. Yes. Again, I want to end. So, Sai Baba said, it's not a mere coincidence that we all come together. People of like-minded people, we all come together because it's a divine plan. So that's why we all are connected.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. Now, Lion Govindraji, please, we hand over the session to you.
Right. Thank you, Lion Vidya Bhushan ji, President of Hyderabad Greenlands Club, President Lion Vidya Bhushan ji, a very good friend of mine for the last 30 years, maybe 30 or 35 years. We both are bankers, and other friends. The last word, what I heard from Revati ji has impressed me very much. What she said, like-minded people. Yes, we are all like-minded people. We love to serve the humanity. Our mission is only one, that is serving the humanity. Helping others. It's not necessary that taking up a project, helping. We all have got a habit of helping others. Maybe in several aspects. Maybe in projects, maybe in words, maybe using our good offices. It can be anything. Lions Club never says that service is only by taking up a project, maybe health camp, maybe a permanent camp, permanent project, etc. It is only one thing. You should have the mind to help or serve another human being. That's what Lionism says. The Lions Code of Ethics say, and its objectives also. And one of the objectives is to encourage young adults, that is our children, because we have to carry on our legacy, because we have been experiencing and we have done so much of work, contribution to Lionism, through Lionism to the service, to the humanity, all of that we did. But after us what? To carry on this and to inculcate the habit of serving the community by our young adults, means our own children, plus plus other members of the other outside Lions Club, that is community, who are young adults. So that is why we have a one unit called young adults unit called Leo Club, for which I am representing. I am heading the Leo Club movement in our multiple district is entire Telangana, state of Telangana, where I am heading. Last year I am trying to encourage the Lions Clubs to extend the Leo Clubs, take up Leo movement in its true spirit, encourage our own children and encourage school children and college children, so that they will not only learn the habit of inculcate the habit of serving, and future they are going to be the future citizens, and more particularly if they are well experienced, they are aware of what Lionism is, then they will be a very good line members. So that, as I said, it should be carried on. We cannot see all of us, today, tomorrow somebody, day after tomorrow somebody. But Lionism, which was started 103 years back by Melvin Jones in the United States of America with a mission to help the humanity, it should be continued. His mission should continue. So we have got 70 plus Leo clubs in our this thing. Even Hyderabad Greenlands has also got a Leo club, and it is paying $100 every year, but it should be activated. Now I understand the members are not there, Leo club members who left the college or educational institution, they are not there. But what I suggest to the members, president and members of Hyderabad Greenlands, not necessarily from the same college, you can take your own children or your friends' children or in your community, in a Durgabai Deshmukh colony or anywhere close nearby. Now this virtual platform will help more in this thing. Not necessarily they need to come physically, meet at one place. As we are meeting, they can also meet and take up online activities also. Apart from online activities, they can help your Lions Club. That is first thing. Second thing, they can help themselves. They can help themselves by, now as we heard from good speakers, Revati ji, other speakers are there. I could not, because I am also conducting another meeting of Warangal district. That is the reason why I could not listen fully, but I want one last sentence only I could hear. Now, this Leo movement this Leo club has to be sponsored by Lions Club, which your people have already done. You already paid $100. So only thing is, gather some people, gather young adults, minimum 20 we need, and you can conduct meetings, you can conduct programs. Last night we had Vijay Bhushan ji in our Leo meet. Every month, last Saturday, we are conducting a Leo meet. For 2 hours, it is dedicated to the young adults only. They will conduct their own program, maybe cultural events, maybe personality development programs, maybe interviews, anything, whatever they want. 2 hours is dedicated to them. We only encourage them. So it is necessary for a Lions Club to have a support from young adults. That's why I impress upon the members of the Lions Club of Hyderabad Greenlands to give a thought to it and try to activate the club, because it's already there. You have to enroll members, young adults, and activate it with activities and helping them. They will not forget once you involve them, once they taste the Lions movement or Leo movement, they will not leave. And when they become good human beings, I'm not saying Lions alone, when they become good human beings, by cultivating, by going through the objectives of the Lions movement, by going through the code of ethics, which I call them as 8 commandments. If one follows those 8 commandments, you may go through. Those who have not gone through, I suggest you please go through. They are got like Bhagavad Gita Shloka. Bhagavad Gita Shloka. If one implements, one observes all those code of ethics, not necessarily the line, just best good line, but you will be a good human being. Good human being, and you will be not only just good human being, a respectful human being. So I suggest, because it has got a lot of incentives also, in the sense, not any financial incentives. If a Leo member completes 1 year, 1 day, when he becomes as a line member, after 18 years, when he becomes an adult, when he becomes a line member, then he is no entrance fee. The entrance fee is waived, and even in the international dues, it's only 50% is collected. So that is the reason why, by encouraging the Leos, by encouraging the Leo movement, it is not only helpful to the Lions Club, it is Lions Club's association and to their individuals and to the community as well. With these few words giving the importance of the Leo movement in the Lions Club, I request once again, give a thought to it, activate the Leo Club. If you have got any questions, I am ready to answer. Over to Vidya Bhushan ji.
Govindraji. And Govindraj is a past district governor and a very important leader. He conducts a lot of training programs for the land leaders nationwide and even internationally for Asian countries, etc. And he has been a very good friend of mine. Now, if you want to have some more information on Leo clubs, Revati ji, I want you to start a Leo club in Canada with your students, etc. You can start with some friends, and Harshita, even your younger cousins and some other teenage people, they can join us. You just see, we have a club already. Yeah, we can start, and we can also, if the strength grows, we can start another club also, Leo club. Any questions?
Yeah, you can start another club also. You can start another. Either it can be connected to a educational institution, or in your own gated community, or in your own community, your area, or the children of our children or grandchildren of our own club members. That also can have it. Any number of units you can start by a Lions Club. Only thing is, for every club, $100 will be charged by the international.
What is the minimum number, Govindraji? Minimum number.
Minimum 20 Leos, 20 members, as per our Lions Club membership only. And 20 is the minimum number. You can have 200 or 2,000 members also. The charge is the same, $100. Not by the number, by only unit. $100 is charged by the Lions Club International for one Leo club. You can have 20 members or 200 members or 2,000 members also.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, Revati ji, you have any questions? So, when are you starting the Leo club?
I have protocol to follow. I'll just talk with my directors and then get back to you. For the school directors, right? I can't just start any organization.
And if you have any questions, I'll forward the mail ID and then WhatsApp the number of Govindraji. You can consult him also.
Yeah, I will send all the required material, required forms and all that.
Okay. No.
Right. Thank you.
So is it going to be an international membership for people who are here?
Yeah, international membership. International, it has got recognition. If these people, these Leos, go abroad, this the service certificate, if they participated in a service activity, that has got a more value in other countries of the world.
Okay.
Revati ji, in fact, your Leo members, the children can come down to India and serve the community here and go back. It will be a rewarding experience. And then we have a program of youth exchange. So you can send them to India. They'll be our guests. We will take care of them.
Yeah.
There will be, they can come on educational tours, a cultural exchange program, and all that we can have.
Perfect. Yeah.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Vidya Bhushan ji. Anytime you can give me a call, I'll be, any assistance, any clarification you want to give, I'll give. Okay? I'll be shifting to another meeting. Okay?
Please. Thank you. Thank you, Govindraji.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, dear members, now we come back to our meeting. Any other matter you want to discuss? We are at the end of the meeting. Any members you want to discuss anything else? Anything else? Okay, then we'll do one thing. I request Bhagat Ramji, is he available? Bhagat Ramji, hai kya aap?
Yeah, he is there.
He's there?
You can unmute. Just unmute, sir. Bhagat Ramji, just unmute.
Bhagat Ramji, unmute करिए.
तो माइक बटन रहता है, माइक बटन के ऊपर प्रेस करो एक बार, बॉटम में रहता सब.
खुशी को बोलो अनम्यूट करने के लिए और वोट ऑफ थैंक्स दीजिए भगत राम जी.
So what about Harshita? Did she take?
Sorry?
Dr. Harshita Reddy has to say something, no?
I was asking her, she didn't reply. Harshita?
Yes, uncle.
Revki ji is reminding you about Geo Club. You have to say something. Huh? Try to join some more members, okay?
Oh, yes, sure, uncle. I will
Thank
try. I have one doubt, uncle. For the Leo Club, what is the upper age limit, the maximum age limit?
30
years. 30 years.
Okay.
After 30 years, they can get into Lions Club as a senior lion.
Okay.
20 to 30, I believe.
No, it's 18.
Okay.
18 to 30.
Okay, thank you.
Now, Bhagat Ram ji, I think he is not coming on the line. Okay. Bhagat Ram ji hai?
Yeah, he is there. He is unable to unmute himself. Someone has to help him.
Okay. We will not delay the meeting. Now, on my own personal behalf and on behalf of Lions Club of Hyderabad Greenland, I extend my vote of thanks to all the people. My special thanks to Sridhar for giving us this IT support in this hour and for connecting us with people far off in Canada and America too. Thank you so much. And then to my friends who have joined from Canada, from America, and then from near and dear. Thank you so much for sparing your time and then your thoughts also and the wonderful messages given by our Revati ji and Chandrasekhar. They were very inspiring stories. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now
Thank you, sir.
we will rise for National Anthem. We all stand up for National Anthem.
one more. Indian national anthem.
Indian national anthem.
Thank you, sir.
1 minute. National anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय 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 हे
Thank you, everybody. Now the meeting
Thank
is
you.
adjourned.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, Rupa ji.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Our pleasure. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Vidya Bhushan garu.
Thank you, Sridhar. Only because of you.
No, it's my responsibility to. Yeah, I'm fulfilling my responsibility as a DSIT.
Thank you so much. So nice, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Can I close the meeting?
Please close it. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night, everyone. Have a great day.
Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody.
Have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Good day to Canadian people.
Yes.
Yeah, that is the reason I said day and evening both.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.